I'm Juha Vainio. I'm the executive producer of Control.
Let's talk about Control. This game has been critically acclaimed. You've received a ton of awards. You're here at DICE 2020, maybe potentially to receive some more awards tonight. How does it feel from, when you were, working in the studio, head down, trying to get things done, to now seeing people enjoying your game, seeing people stream it, seeing the joy that it's bringing? How does that feel to just to see this outpouring of affection for the game?
Oh, it's totally mind-blowing, man. It's like when we were shipping the game, it was like all focused, just getting it done, getting it out the door. And when the first reviews came, and we are like, hey, actually people love it. And then going from there, all the awards, all the stuff, and people being enthusiastic about it in the social media. It's been totally awesome. Wasn't what we expected.
Your games have like a style and a gameplay kind of mechanic that very unique. Can you talk about like what you learned from your past titles that you brought to Control that made it such a very unique experience last year?
We actually wanted to do a bit of different game this time around, so we've been very narrative-focused studio earlier, and we wanted to keep that, but now with Control we wanted to move a bit more to the gameplay-focused approach. So we obviously took the narrative stuff and the weirdness and the crazy creative people we have at the studio, but with the new approach, with the more gameplay-driven stuff.
And also just technologically with ray tracing and like the way the game looks on PC, I think that had a lot to do with the wowing of people and also the level design. You talk about how you folks looked at trying to break new ground when it comes to that art style and that level design aspect.
Oh yeah, we have some miracle workers at the studio, like the tech wizards, our rendering guys. They are really pushing the bar. So if we wouldn't do it in the game, they would do it in their spare time. So it's like a win-win situation. Also, we have a good working relationship with Nvidia, so that helped a lot with ray tracing.
And like with the new consoles coming out, are you folks maybe looking at trying to port the game over to them?
Well, our engine people are looking about next-gen stuff, but about the Control next-gen, we don't know.
So what is next for the studio? Have you guys just been celebrating since release, or are you at work on anything else? Are you looking at, is there a way to extend the playability of Control beyond the single player experience, or how do you folks view like extending the conversation about the game?
Yeah, we're actually working on 2 expansions at the moment. The first one is coming out on 36th of March, so pretty soon now, and the second one later in the year. So that's sort of where the focus is, and also how we prolong the gameplay on the Control.
And you're not a small studio by any stretch of the imagination, but a project like Control is super important for the viability of your company. Can you talk about how big of a deal the success has been for your company as a whole?
It's huge. It's huge. So we are around 260 people at the moment, and about half of the people worked on Control. And giving all the critical acclaim, it's been super awesome. And obviously, thinking about future projects, it does put us in a better place negotiating with publishers. And
well, that's great to hear. Talking about awards, at Shacknews, we gave you folks the Shacknews Award for Best Comeback of 2019. I don't know if you knew that.
You told me just a second ago, but it's totally awesome. Yeah.
So where can people find out more about this upcoming DLC?
It's on PS4, Xbox, and Epic Store, and stay tuned in social media for news about the first DLC.
And being on Epic Game Store, it doesn't seem to have affected the success of this game at all, has it?
I don't think so. I think Epic's been good to us.